welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we will solve a question from a hacker rank of a designer doormat, and the difficulty level of it is easy and the maximum score is 10. So let's start. So first of all we will see the pattern how it's there, and after that we will start solving the question, right? Yes. So what we have to do exactly is we have to design a doormat, right? When you enter any house, there is a doormat at the front, right? So we have to design that in which welcome is written over here. Welcome is written over here. So what are the rules? Let's start with that. Mat size must be n cross m. N is odd natural number and m is 3 times n, right? So what is the value? Like mat size must be n cross m. N is odd natural number and m is 3 times n. The design should have welcome written at the center, and the design pattern should only use the straight hyphen and dot and a dash characters. So we have to use these three characters, right? And we have to design this. So what can be the logical thing? How can we think in such a way that we can do this question easily? Let's see what are the inputs, right? So see, we will see some simple input. We can see 9 space 27. So they have given basically n space m, that is number of rows and number of columns, right? So we can design based on that. Suppose here the size will be given as 7 space 21, right? 7 space 21. So 7 rows, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 rows, and 21 columns, 1 2 3 4 up to dot 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 21 columns. So what is our target? We have to design in such a way that welcomes comes at the center and this pattern is formed correctly. See, starting from 1 it goes with the increment and then just goes again to 1. So what can be the idea? Let's think about it. Now see, there are 21 rows, columns, right? In that first time, if we suppose there are 3 columns, we have to subtract from the total for the dash, right? We are adding this one time, that's why. So what is the number of columns left now? There are 18 columns left. We have to divide that into two parts. So 9 over here, 9 over here, 9 over here, and the rest 3 will be at the center. So this can be our idea that next time, see, number of patterns will be 1, after that 2, and then 3. So what is it doing is, it is increasing this pattern by 2 times. See, 1 plus 2, 3 plus 2, 5, up till the center is achieved. Now when the center is achieved, after that it will again start with whatever the number was there, and after that it will start decreasing by 2. See, this is the pattern we can find, right? Increment by 2 till the center is not achieved, and after the center is achieved it will be decreasing by 2. So that can be the idea. So we can take one variable which can keep account of this, how many times we need, right? And we can subtract that many times into 3. Suppose one time means 3 columns will be used. So here 3 times, so 3 into 3, 9 columns will be used. So 21 minus 9, how many is remaining? Around, you said 12. 12 divided by 2, so 6 will be there in each side. See, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Yes, so our logic is correct. So we can go ahead in that way. So let's start with some coding part. Suppose row comma column equal to input dot split with space. So what I have done over here is, we have taken input and we will split that input by space. Now again, for I in row, now we want to traverse how many times? Whatever is the number of rows. Suppose here the number of rows are 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 times we are traversing. So whatever is the number of rows, in that way we want to traverse, right? So for I in row, now what we will do, for the first time we need something, right? So how can we get something like you suppose want to get a print, so we will have a condition over here. What can be the condition? That if we are not at the center, if we are not at the center, or we are not ahead of center, then we want to increment the variables by 2. We can define one variable. That variable will be count. Count equal to 1. By default at first row our count is 1. 1 times we need, right? So see, if I is less than what, here suppose the number of rows are 7. So what will be the count? 7 plus 1, 8, divide by 2, that will be 4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our I will be less than 4. Till that we can go on adding 2s, right? So that will be our main goal. So what we will do is integer a plus 1. Integer a plus 1 divided by 2. Why we use this 2 times? Because it will give the integer value and not a float value. So suppose if our rows are 7, then 7 plus 1, 8 divided by 2. So if the value is less than that, then what we will do? Print. What we need to print? Now suppose we can print the dash. How many times we want to print? Suppose over here we will multiply whatever is the number of columns. Number of columns. For that we can take some variable as can we take it as suppose x only. Yes. So how we will count x? That will be integer b, total number of columns, minus how many times we want to subtract that, count into 3. So what is this now? Suppose our columns are 21, right? From that we need to every time remove 3 into time number of times this pattern is repeated. Here it's repeated 1 time. So 3 into 1, it's 3. So from total 21 columns, we need to subtract these 3 columns, right? Yes. So what we have done is we have subtracted that, and after that we will just divide this value by 2. So what will happen is this we will get for one side. Suppose 21 columns, 27 columns are there in this case, right? 27 minus 3, 24, and we will divide by 2. So this much is left. So this will be 24 divided by 2. That will be how much? 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, our logic is correct. So what we will do is we will print dash x times. That will be how much? 12 times in, if there is 9 comma 27, then right, plus now what we want to print, slash dot. How many times we need this? We need whatever is the count value. Suppose it's 1 time, then we need to print 1 time. So what we have done, first we printed this, after this whatever is the count, in that way we have printed this, and again what we will print, dash how many times, x times, right? And after that what we will do, we will increment the count by 2. So what will happen, it will increment by 2, 1, after that it will be 3, after that it will be 5. So likewise we can get that value, right, if it is less than the half values, right? Okay, what I have done here is it should be integer row, whatever is the number of row, and here it will be column. Yes. So our rows are suppose 7, then total rows will be, when divided by 2, will be 4. So it should be less than 4. And what is your integer column? So whatever is the number of columns minus that 3 into counts, right? Elif I equal to what? This value. Suppose if it is at the center, right? If it is at the center, then what we need to print. Now see, if we are at center, whatever is the number of columns, right, we have to subtract this spelling from that, because each word will occupy one column. So how many columns will be occupied by this word? W 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 times. So what is the problem? 7 times. And see, for I in range, it will be my mistake, it was there, it will be for I in range 1 2 row plus 1. So what is this? I am traversing from 1 up to row plus 1 times, right? Up to row plus 1 times. I had made a mistake and I am sorry for that. Like I made a mistake. It should be range, right? So we want to traverse how many times? Whatever is the number of rows. So it will not include this number. Suppose our rows are 7, right? So it will start from 1 up to 7 and it will exclude the final range, right? Python, you should have that basic idea. If you don't have, you can refer to the previous videos. So now what is the length of this welcome? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So what we will do is, here we will print dash. How many times? Integer B, integer column, right? Minus 7. Here what we can do is, we can define one variable for that. X, same variable, we can define integer column minus 7 divided by 2. So it will be half. X times we will print this, plus we will print welcome, plus again the same thing we want. So we will copy paste this same thing, again pasted this. So if I is equals to this, then we will just print that value, right? Else, now what is the case? See, suppose if there was 7 rows, right? 7 rows, so total 1 to 8. So this condition will be satisfied how many times? For 1 2 3. For 1 2 3. For values of I, 1 2 and 3, row number 1 2 and 3. So each time for the first time, our count will be 1. So it will print that center one, right? This pattern one time. For the I equal to 2, it will print 3 times, and 4 also will be there over here, right? So it's not here, sorry. Yes, here. One time. After that, it will print 4 3 times, and third time it will print 5 times. So our current value is 5, right? Current value is 5. After 1, our value is 3. After 2, our value is 5. And after third, our value will be 7. So what we need to do is, first we need to subtract that by 2. In this case, first we will subtract. Our count will be subtracted by 2. Are you getting it? In the first loop, it will increment by 2. So our count will, after first loop, it will be 3. After second loop, it will be 5. And after third loop, it will be 7. So now, if it is coming over here, right? After this, so we need 5 times. So we need to now decrement first. So in that case, we will first decrease, and after that we will print the same thing. We will print the same thing. See, integer count of column minus count into 3 divided by 2, and we will print the same thing. But only the change is, here we were adding after printing, but here we will subtract before printing. So this is the case, and let's run whether it works great or not, and whether any errors are coming. Let's check. See, some mistake is there. Okay, yes, it's not there in the integer form, that's why I have to convert it into integer. Yes, let's run the code again. Yes, sample test is passed. So let's hope for the good and submit the code. Yes, all test cases passed and our code was correct. Hope this video helped you and it will help you in building your logic also. Thank you for watching the video, and if you liked my video, please like and comment if you have any queries so that I can get motivated to solve other problems. Thank you.